to talk a little bit more about superheroes just because it's where I always go. Just get off the treadmill or the elliptical and watching a whole bunch of really good compilation videos from the Avengers movies. And I was reflecting in my head about the makeup of the team, the core team of Avengers. I think one of the reasons why it works so well is because each of the members of the team represent an aspect of an optimistic person or optimistic mankind in its most optimistic form, right? You've got Thor representing spirituality. You've got Captain America representing loyalty. Iron Man, innovation. Hawkeye, family. Black Widow, passion. And the Hulk, even though he's anger in kind of like an innocent, confused but innocent kind of way. And then Nick Fury, intelligence. And I think that's part of the reason why that group gels so well. It's like each one of them is an aspect of human nature in a positive or an optimistic fashion. And that's the movie. It kind of carries out with the humor and the colorful, the way that the movie is lit, the colors. I'm contrasting it to the DC universe and how disappointing it's been for me, because I'm also a fan of those heroes as well. Like, I'm a big Superman fan. I've got 7 different Superman shirts, that I could wear a Superman shirt every day of the week and not have to do laundry. And again, a fan of Batman too, but all of the DC universe, like, in my mind, their best movie, and the one that actually kind of does something similar to what the Avengers does, their best movie was The Watchmen. And The Watchmen, the characters from The Watchmen, this is, again, I think the way that Alan Moore wrote the book. If you haven't read the book is better than the movie, but the movie is very good. Again, the aspects of human nature, but in a pessimistic way, right? Osmandian is greed. Spectre is passion, but she's passion like all over the place, and the product of a violent act, right? She's a child of a violent act. Rorschach, or paranoia. I'm blanking out. Dr. Manhattan. The collectiveness, but the collectiveness that's detached. Like, he could be everywhere at once. His consciousness is large, but ultimately is like losing touch with its humanity and not really in touch with itself. In the way that people nowadays, like society itself, just doesn't seem to be caring for each other. And then Night Owl, or Owlman. No, Night Owl is right. He's the basic, like, the single human, or the your identity, but he's gotten fat and lazy and like not caring for himself. And even when he eventually is able to express himself and exert his will over the greed, ultimately he's only got so much effectiveness, and he has to just kind of accept his fate, as the whole book plays out. You have to see the movie, you understand what I mean. But he's ultimately just kind of resigned to, well, there's only so much I can do, yada yada, which is so disempowering. It is ultimately, I think, a negative. I think Moore himself, it's just kind of like that's the way that he sees the world, in a negative way. And Stan Lee, because he was writing those books when he was so young, well, he and all the others, don't want to discount all the great minds that went into those early comic books. But they were younger, they were more optimistic. The world was a different place. It was the 60s, when there was like a we can change the world kind of attitude, which I kind of miss, and I hope we get back. I feel like we're going to get back someday. So I think that's why the Marvel movies, they tapped into what was the optimism that was so good in those original movies, and the spirit of the time. And I just geek out. I still love them. Even with Thanos and all the bad stuff that happens, there's still a tone of optimism. There's still a hero's quest that runs through the whole cycle. Anyways, that's where my head's at today. Enjoying the idea that there's still really good storytelling with really great characters that's done through cinema. When it's really, I don't get to go to the movies as much any longer now that we have kids and all that, but rewatching those early movies with the kids now, like Iron Man 1 and 2 and the first Thor, there's so much great fun and energy, and again, watching it through their eyes for the first time, of course, is a blast as well. So I highly recommend it. Have kids and then watch the movies with them in order. But maybe get married first, then have kids. Anyways, that's my whole thing for today. I hope you have a good day, and we will talk again soon. Peace.